república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Laugh, we laugh. It's time to be quiet, quiet. If you have to cry, does it say go ahead and cry? That's okay. That's what this is all about, is for them to share an experience with you. This assembly today and this play was written by the teacher, Ms. Kopshinsky, and it's going to help us learn a little bit about the origins of Thanksgiving. And I learned a little bit about this when she was sharing it, and this is about Sarah Hale and the beginning of Thanksgiving, which we're all going to be celebrating next week. So with that, let's sit back, relax, enjoy our 5th grade assembly. 5th grade, are you ready?
Come on, you dropped the pie!
Sorry.
I love Thanksgiving. All the food, my family, I can sleep in, but I don't know much about the history.
Yeah, I mean, we read about the Pilgrims and Native Americans eating together. We learned a little in school this week, but I still think there's more to the story, right?
There is. My teacher taught us more about the Wampanoag and their history, and that Pilgrims weren't actually called Pilgrims, but Separatists.
My mom mentioned that too. She said that Thanksgiving is part of a much bigger history. She had me read this book about the Wampanoag. They had their own communities, languages, ways of life, and had been around for generations. They even had their own harvest festival celebrated around the same time we celebrate what's now Thanksgiving.
Well, maybe next year we'll learn about the Wampanoag too. This year we learned about the Native American history. It's good to know the specific tribe involved.
I think that the myth many people have learned is that friendly Indians welcomed the friendly Pilgrims to America, taught them how to live, sat down and had a peaceful dinner with them, and then disappeared. Then the Native Americans handed America over to the European settlers because their tools, technology, and beliefs were more civilized.
I read a book about that. It said that the Wampanoags faced many challenges like illnesses that arrived with the Pilgrims, and that and instead of risking conflict, they helped them.
Yeah, that peace between the Wampanoag and the settlers only lasted for, say, 10 to 20 years before the settlers tried to remove them from their land. They had everything taken from them.
Wow, I had no idea Thanksgiving wasn't a happy celebration for all Americans.
I can't wait to go home and tell my family. We never talked about it before, so maybe they don't know either.
Good idea. Will I see you all tomorrow before Thanksgiving dinner?
Yep, let's meet up with the Parkers and their family too.
See you all later.
Bye-bye.
The Wampanoag view Thanksgiving a much different way than most people. For them, it's a time that brings up sad memories about how their tribe was treated unfairly and hurt by others.
Since 1970, many Native people have gotten together at the Statue of Massasoit each Thanksgiving Day on Plymouth, Massachusetts, to remember their ancestors and the strength of the Wampanoag.
Now let's take a look in on the Parker family, who's preparing their own Thanksgiving dinner. Just like the neighborhood kids we saw walking home earlier, this year something's different.
They've realized they don't actually know much about why we celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll learn more about this holiday we celebrate together every year.
Man, I sure hope Mom and Dad find a pie. I feel so bad dropped on the way over.
Me too. After the turkey, the pie is my favorite part. But I'm sure Aunt Kit and Uncle Jack will find something. I mean, as long as we get to watch football after we eat, who cares about the pie?
Yeah, football! And the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That has to be starting soon.
You know, back in my day, we knew what Thanksgiving was actually about. It wasn't just parades and turkey. It wasn't just parades and pie or turkey and football.
I mean, I've heard about the Pilgrims, but I don't really know much else. What did they even do?
I think they invented mashed potatoes, right?
Yeah, they invented mashed potatoes. Actually, it was really more how the Wampanoag helped the Pilgrims survive. So the Pilgrims repaid their appreciation with a 3-day feast of bring our thanks.
You're correct. That happened in 1620. That's not what I'm talking about, though. What about what happened after that?
What do you mean after that? We saw the big feast. Sometimes instead of turkey, we celebrate with tacos.
Yeah, one time at your house, we had lasagna. You said it was just easier than all that turkey.
Ooh, remember last year at Aunt Donna's? We had all our family over, ordered pizza, and played games.
Not what we do, but the fact that the country actually almost lost Thanksgiving.
Huh? Lost it?
You mean you didn't celebrate it when you were a kid?
Oh, no, we did, but way, way back when skirts were long and hats were tall, Thanksgiving was fading away. The Thanksgiving tradition, America was expanding. More and more people were moving in. And the Thanksgiving tradition of celebrating gratitude was fading away.
Okay, so how do we still celebrate them? Because the 1800s were like a million years ago. And obviously we still recognize Thanksgiving. I mean, we have a whole week off this year to celebrate.
Ooh, I know. I bet it was saved by a superhero. Duh.
Seriously, Max? 1, superheroes are fictional. 2, I've never heard of a Thanksgiving superhero. What's the secret weapon, a turkey leg?
Hey, actually, I think I know what Grandma's talking about. It's not that. It's more like this kind. Our teacher was talking about her in class the other day, and we were supposed to read a book about it, but I was drawing kind of stuff out.
That doesn't look like a superhero. That looks like a dainty little lady from a long time ago.
Haven't you ever heard that we're to underestimate dainty little ladies?
Did I hear something about dainty little ladies? I've got just the thing. In your newsletter at school this week, your teacher recommended this book, Thank You, Sarah, by Lori Halls Anderson.
Yup, that sounds familiar.
Well, of course it does, Ellie. It's about Sarah Hill. You know, the woman you learned about in school who helped make Thanksgiving a national holiday. Maybe we should all sit down and read it together. Come on, Joey.
We're back.
Yay! And nobody panicked. We found pie.
Hey, Aunt Kate and Uncle Jack, you're just in time to hear the story Ellie was supposed to learn in school about a lady who invented Thanksgiving named Sarah Hill.
Thanksgiving, Sarah Hill. Who's this Sarah lady? Did she cook the first turkey?
I mean, I always thought Abraham Lincoln invented Thanksgiving.
Well, I guess let's read it and find out.
to meet the heroes who fought for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday.
I bet they'll realize that Thanksgiving isn't just about pie, turkey, and football after all.
You'll also discover that the dainty little lady, Sarah Hill, was every bit the superhero who fought with a secret weapon.
What was that?
A pen.
This country should really have one day to give thanks and celebrate together as a nation. Right that everybody has been white and tough, with 5 kids of my own. Oh, I know. I can ask Meredith to help. Dear Women of America.
The women of America listened. They picked up their pens, too, and wrote to their local politicians and governors. When the letters arrived, the politicians listened. One by one, the states officially made Thanksgiving a holiday. But that wasn't good enough. Sarah Hale wanted the whole country to celebrate together, like a family. So she went to the top.
Dear President Taylor.
President Taylor? Is he someone I should know?
My history teacher told me Zachary Taylor was only president for a little over a year. He served from 1849 until he died in 1850.
That's right. He was our 12th president. Okay, so did he help Sarah with Thanksgiving?
He refused. But do you think that stopped her?
Nope.
That's right. She waited for the next election and wrote to the next president.
Dear President Fillmore.
Let me guess, Fillmore said no too?
Correct. And so did the next president, Franklin Pierce.
Okay, so after Pierce was James Buchanan, the 15th president?
You got it. She listed all the reasons why America should gather on the 4th Thursday in November to give thanks.
Dear Mr. Buchanan, the Thanksgiving tradition is fading away, and many people have stopped. I know you have many things on your plate right now, with the states in the north and the states in the south, in such a turmoil, but it has gone so bad that Thanksgiving tradition is fading away. I believe that being united, a day of appreciation and celebration could really help our country in need.
I mean, come on, Buchanan. He's got to say yes, right?
Unfortunately, he was a no too. Everything was going wrong. America was at war and the country was falling apart. It was a dark and scary time.
Okay, so how long has this lady been at this?
I remember my teacher saying something about writing letters for 17 years.
17 years? That's longer than any of us have been alive, except for Grandma.
Right, but that was just to the presidents. How long did you work at getting it recognized before that?
She petitioned for Thanksgiving to be a holiday for over 35 years.
35 years? That's still longer than any of us have been alive, except for Grandma.
Whoa, that is the definition for perseverance. She literally never gave up.
You're right, Lizzie. So after Buchanan was a no, she waited for the next president.
Lincoln, look at that, Kate. You may have been right. Well,
Mom wasn't right. She said Abraham Lincoln invented Thanksgiving.
I know I said invented Thanksgiving, however, although he may have something to do with it, it was more thanks to Sarah Hill.
Dear Lincoln, America needs Thanksgiving now more than ever. A holiday won't stop the war, but it could help bring our country together. With that said, I humbly ask you to please consider making Thanksgiving a national holiday. Our country needs a day of unity to celebrate and be thankful.
She mailed that letter, and she waited, and waited some more. And finally,
He said yes?
he said yes.
He said yes!
President Lincoln declared Thanksgiving to become a national holiday, a day for all Americans to celebrate thanks and gratitude.
It took Sarah Hill 38 years, thousands of letters, and countless bottles of ink, but she did it.
Sarah Hale wasn't just anyone. She was an author, a magazine editor, and a true advocate.
She was, and still is, an excellent example of perseverance and dedication.
Wow, so Sarah Hill really did think Thanksgiving. I had no idea.
Still think she's just a dainty little lady?
Definitely not. She did so much. She wrote letters, books, poems, and songs. I mean, she was a magazine editor and did all of this before women even had the right to vote.
She's obviously someone more people should know about.
Yeah, and the fact that Thanksgiving is not just about pilgrims and the Native Americans, or the pie I dropped on the way in, or turkey and football.
Thanksgiving is about family and celebrating the things Thanksgiving is about family and unity and celebrating things we're all thankful for together, just like Sarah wanted.
I'm gonna write a letter too. Maybe I can make my birthday a national holiday.
Alright, you kids go outside to play with the neighbors and kids while Aunt Kate, Uncle Jack, and I finish getting the food ready.
You kids go run along now. I hope you learned something today. If anyone needs me, I'll be here napping in my chair.
To meet up with their friends, they decide to share what they've learned about Sarah Hale.
Many of the neighbor kids hadn't heard of her, but had their own cool facts about Thanksgiving to share.
So that's why Grandma Ethel told me not to call her a dainty little lady.
Jeez, she was busy. I'm glad President Lincoln said yes. Now we get a week off from school and we get to see her come to California.
Yep, traveling to the middle of nowhere is definitely one of my favorite pastimes.
Oh, come on, you know you'll love it here.
Well, my family didn't learn about Sarah Hale, but we did learn about how football became a tradition. I really wondered about that. Yeah, I had to. It turns out that Thanksgiving was football was first played on Thanksgiving Day in the 1870s, mostly by Ivy League collegiate schools.
My dad told me that within 5 years, there were more than 5,000 high school and college football games. And then in 1920, the NFL took advantage of it to make their tradition popular too.
Yeah, our dad always watched the Dallas Cowboys play on Thanksgiving.
Well, my older sister told us today that the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade took place not too long after the NFL started playing. It was 1924, and it was the first organized by store employees and it floats, fans, and animals from the Central Park Zoo.
Yeah, my teacher read us a book in class last week called Balloons Over Broadway with balloons and with like those huge helium balloons that carry over the bridge and how they started in 1927. It was kind of crazy how this guy created it. You all should read it.
Well, Uncle Jack told us that Snoopy has been in the parade as a balloon over 40 times.
I saw Snoopy in the parade last year, and a diary for Wimpy could float.
We'll have to check out Balloons Over the Broadway tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah.
For sure. Oh, well, Uncle gave me this book to learn more about the first Thanksgiving. With the Wampanoag and the Separatists.
Wampanoag and the Separatists? I thought it was the Native Americans and the Pilgrims.
Here, just take this and learn your family sometime. I promise it's worth it. Now I gotta go for my pasta Thanksgiving. See you all later.
Yeah, my mom's on call tonight, so my dad is taking us to the buffet restaurant down the road. I'll get all the seconds I want. See you guys tomorrow.
Oliver, you ready? My grandma said you could come over and eat with us until your parents get us back from the hospital.
Yep, I'm starving.
Bye. Can we go eat too? I think after... Can we go eat too? I think I want to ask Mom where we can find more information about this not so dainty little lady.
And I definitely want to read that book.
And then maybe we can eat that pie that wasn't on the floor. And finally play some football.
And so, as the Parker family celebrates Thanksgiving, they have a deeper understanding of its history, thanks to Sarah Hale.
It's definitely not a dainty little lady. They learned that it's not just about food, but about giving thanks and celebrating together as a family and a nation.
She later discovered that Sarah Hale not only taught Thanksgiving, but she was a teacher too. She taught in playgrounds for kids and schools for girls.
She argued against the fact that women were expected to wear corsets and buckles. She felt that girls should be more comfortable in their dresses.
She also argued and wrote many letters to politicians stating that slavery was wrong.
She was also the first female magazine editor in America and published novels.
She raised five kids of her own and composed the nursery rhyme and song, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
She pushed for colleges for women and female doctors.
She worked at her magazine until she was 75 and then began working from home.
She didn't retire from editing and writing professionally until she was 89 years old.
Sarah kept writing letters and poetry until she died on April 30th, 1789.
She was 9 years old.
She lived in a time when women didn't have a powerful voice.
Yet she was able to influence an entire nation.
Some people think that we as kids will have a great deal of influence.
But we can speak up and help out and create changes in our world too.
All it takes is one of us.
Wow, sounds like a powerful woman to me.
Definitely not a dainty little lady.
We hope you all learned a little something today.
And that you have a great Thanksgiving with your family and friends.
Great job!
So it came together really well, and I thought that they did amazing. So I would really like to give a huge thank you to all of you families and students for memorizing all of your lines and being prepared for today. Let's give them one more round of applause. I would also like to thank Ms. Smith and the 8th grade tech crew for helping us out with mics and for videoing, so if anyone was unable to make it, they can see it later on YouTube. And I would also like to thank Ms. Bonilla, I saw her somewhere, oh, back there, for helping 5th grade be prepared for the Spanish Pledge of Allegiance. It was amazing, right? Awesome, thank you, Ms. Bonilla. And I would like to thank Miss Mary and Miss Lupita for making sure everything's set up and ready for today. We couldn't do it without them, so thank you to them as well. All right, this is the part they've been the most excited about, so I will let them introduce themselves and who they played in our play.
My name is Livia Snyder Davis, and I played narrator 1.
My name is Gavin and I played narrator 2.
My name is Ellen Gray, and I played Taylor, not the president, the neighborhood child.
My name is Varela Koju and I played Uncle Jack.
My name's Diane and I played Grandma Ethel, the best character.
My name is Connor, and I played Oliver. My name is Brinley, and I played Mom or Miss Parker.
My name is Sandy and I played Charlie.
My name is Morgan and I played Sarah Hale.
My name is Leilani Gonzalez, and I played Lucy Parker.
My name is Harper, and I played Max Parker.
My name's Jonah and I played Cousin Joey.
My name's Malia and I played Aunt Kate.
My name's Toby and I played Kyle Parker.
My name is Henry, and I played Ellie Parker.
My name is Yvonne Patel and I played Sophia, the neighborhood friend.
My name is Raylyn, and I played, Cousin Lindy.
And that's all we have for you today. Thank you for being here. I'll give it over to